In this chapter, we're going to look at input and output in Java programs. We're going to look at how to format text and numbers in your output, and then how to get input into our programs from the users so that we're not constantly assigning data directly, so that we can have a little bit of variation in the data that our programs process. So we're going to start with some special characters for formatting output, the Newline character and the tab character. If you look at the program in front of you, you'll see that we have our old friend Hello World. And we tell it that in this program, we use the print line method to print the phrase Hello World and then a new line after that so that the cursor moves down to the next line before we output any more text. Another way to do that is to use a special character, the Newline character. The Newline character can be placed inside a string by typing \n. You have to type the backslash first because the compiler needs to know that what follows, the letter N, is supposed to be interpreted as a Newline character and not just as the regular letter N. So when the compiler sees backslash followed by N, it knows that it's supposed to print a new line at that point. Let's compile and run this program. And that's how it works. The Newline character can be placed anywhere in a string. I could put it between the word hello and the word world, like so, and then it'll put the new line at that spot. Let's compile again and run. And so you see that it printed hello, comma, then a new line, then a space, then world, then the exclamation point. The only requirement for the special character Newline is to put it inside a string. So we could also do something like this. We could have the Newline character in a string by itself, \n, close. And then let's compile and run the program. So that it printed the string hello world, then a new line, and then goodbye, and then another new line. So again, the special character Newline works anywhere inside a string. You can place it at the beginning of a string, in the middle of a string, or at the end of a string. The only requirements are that it has to be surrounded in quotes. In other words, it has to be inside a string. The other special character I wanted to look at was the tab character, and that's \t. You use tab when you want to put a uniform number of spaces between your text in a program. So for example, we might have a heading that we try to space out using the space bar. The problem with that is we may not type the same number of spaces every time, so that in the end our output looks jagged and not uniform. We can fix that by using the tab character, \t, where the spaces would be, and then the compiler will insert the spaces for us without us having to worry about if we got the right number of spaces or not. So let's compile and then run, and you see that we have a uniform distribution of day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 across the line using the tab character. The rules for tab are the same as the rules for Newline. It just has to be inside a string. It can be its own string, so we could write system out print \t and then system out print line day 5. I had the print line there. Let's get rid of that. Save and run it again. So now we see that day 5 is tabbed over from day 4 and added to our output line. So the two special characters, Newline and tab, \n and \t, are useful in formatting your output and can be used inside strings wherever you need them. In the next lesson, we're going to look at some ways to format numbers using two functions called setPrecision and setWidth.